Part 2, Demo Dogs. Let's get right into it. Now we're an hour and a half away from our spot. So I asked about a girl my dude used to date back in the day. And what happened to that thing they had going on? Yo, Reggie, whatever happened to that chick you used to date and stay hugged up with all the time? What was her name, I asked? Quit playing, you know what her name is. Tammy, Reggie replied, smiling. Is implies that you two are still kicking it. Tell me. Tammy? Yeah, that's her name. So what's the deal, man? Where y'all at in this thing? Give it up, bro, I asked. Well, it's kind of complicated. We're still involved. It's been on and off. Career paths have clashed. That's why I waited until I got out of the military, no distractions, so that we can commit. Reggie replies with a sigh. Whew, bro, I thought you were going to say something stupid or crazy like I got into an entanglement or some weird phrase that they're using nowadays, I said. She's back home. Going to ask her to marry me. Going to ask her to marry me. Time to settle down and build a family. She's going to say yes. We've talked about it for years. Well, at least I hope she says yes, Reggie replies. Yeah, she was always a cool sister. I liked her energy. Always had a good head on her shoulders. Pretty and a good heart. That combo is rare. I'm still trying to find the right one. Now, I know nobody's perfect. I have my things just like everybody else does. But I still have standards that I will not compromise. If I stay in the gym, she's got to stay in the gym with me. Or some kind of fitness regimen. That's the quickest test to see if we can cooperate. But I know the girl of my dreams is out there somewhere. I say, as I kick my feet up on the dashboard sipping lemonade. It's that simple, huh? Well, I'm going to pull up to this gas station. It's 15 minutes before land between the lakes. It will save us some time when we leave. We won't have to fill up, Reggie says. That'll work, I reply, as he pulls into this big trucking/gas station. I get out as Reggie is pumping the gas. I check the tires. Then he climbs up to the window to clean the bugs off the windshield. And then suddenly I get this weird feeling that I can't shake, like there's something wrong, but everything around us is chill. Maybe it's all the excitement and the break from the city. I don't know, so I'll blow it off. We start back on our way, hit the turn, and there the big sign is, land between the lakes. We drive through looking for an RV camp spot. So it's one about a mile and a half in. We see the spot. Everybody's really spaced out. Families, a few, hunters and fishermen. Not many, but a few. We stop and unload near a campfire area. Nothing like grilled fish over an open fire. Still, this spot I don't remember from back in the day. Reggie's looking around, scoping the place out as he places blocks under the tires of the RV. He takes a deep breath and then exhales like he's this lifelong country boy. We get our poles, bug spray, bottled water, and head down the trail to Lake Barkley, the part you can fish from. We're not going to be using a boat, just going to use the fishing dock. So the way to the dock is in a different direction. It's about a half a mile in the other direction. To the east. As we're heading in that path, we notice that on the right side of the trail was a huge area that went on for quite some distance. Then you notice that there are some objects in the ground. At closer observation, they resemble headstones. And lo and behold, they were headstones, but very old headstones. We stop and pause. Then memories come into play. Yo, D, check this out. This is the place they warned us about when we were kids. Never take this path or you'll never be seen again, Reggie says. You're right. I remember this. That place of unmarked graves of slaves, Native Americans, and people accused of witchcraft. They were all murdered and the land was cursed. I reply. I got a little curious and walked over to reach the headstones. Only a few were visible. Hey, don't go messing around with the dead, bruh. They say witches and monsters hang out here at night, and sometimes during the day. It's been documented over the centuries, Reggie says, and he did not budge from his spot. Man, I know this one. I'm just going to just check out this one closest to the trail edge. It's covered, but not too bad. Big special forces guys shouldn't be scared of a graveyard. I say. So I lean over the cloth, the whole growth of weeds, which had weird words on it. I couldn't read, and the date didn't make sense. Well, at least not to me. The growth had covered the headstones, and it was kind of rough and hard getting it off. So when I finally got it off, it read 7/16/1204. As I was contemplating what I had seen, boom! An old pale lady springs up from the grass. She had on an old Amish dress and a weird black bonnet that looked like Gandalf. You know, the one he wore in Lord of the Rings? And she looked old. I mean, unnaturally ancient. Really unmanicured. She never said a word. Just the most uncomfortable stare I'd ever seen from a human being. So I backed away. I said, "Sorry, ma'am. Didn't mean to disturb your hustle." Still, she never moved. Never said a word. Hell, I don't even think she blinked. Let's get moving, hardhead. We're burning daylight. Red says. We'll leave, and I dust myself off. She scared me so bad, I fell backwards on my butt. My God, man, I think I'm going to have to burn these underwear when we get back to the camp. She moved so quick and came out of nowhere, and she's still standing there, not moving. I replied, looking back at her. Bet that will teach that ass not to meddle. I'm never afraid, but the dead I totally respect, Reggie says, laughing at me. You know, I have a fascination with scary stuff like that, but only to a small degree. I respect the dead, too. Do you think she lives here, I asked. It's tough to say. I believe she's homeless, but her skin looked really mummified like leather. She must have a base of operations or somewhere she hangs out close by, Reggie adds. We get to the dock and begin fishing and continue catching up on old times. Hours go by, then I notice something streak by, rustling the bushes. Now mind you, outside of the lady, we haven't seen another human soul. Or anything, tell you the truth for that matter. For hours. Did you see that? I asked, standing up quickly with my hand on my pepper spray. Yeah, you know they have wild animals here. It is a national park. The lady got your nerves jumping. That's why I've caught 8 fish and you've only caught 1. She's got you all off balance, Reggie says, laughing robustly. This place is really mysterious, and it was always spooky. Even when we were kids. All the tales of monsters and ghosts and people coming up missing. That's why our parents never let us out of their sight when we hit this place up. I replied, looking out towards the lake. Yeah, always some creepy stuff here. And it drew us back here, didn't it? Reggie asked as the sun is going down, which is our cue to get moving. It's really dark in the woods, so we pack up and head back. And wouldn't you believe it? About 15 minutes into packing back up, it got really dark, really fast. So we switched our headlamps on to see. Also, I hit my GPS tracker to be on the safe side. All of a sudden, we started noticing heavy fog on our left. As we got closer, we realized it's the old graveyard from earlier. Now, let me tell you, it was creepy. The trees looked alive, and not much over there looked dead, for that matter. The fog just seemed to have a mind of its own. Then we noticed the 2 lights coming towards us. Reggie grabs his big Rambo-style knife. I grab my pepper spray. As the lights get closer, it's 2 hunters with rifles looking very intense. Evening, fellas. Seen anything strange out here tonight? They asked. One spitting chaw. Like what? Reggie responds, clutching to the top of his knife handle. Well, if I got to tell you, you didn't see anything. Because you'll know it when you see it, one of the men say. If you mean that creepy old lady, then yeah, I reply, raising one eyebrow. Hand on my pepper spray. But it's in my pocket, so I didn't look threatening. Nah. Well, be glad that's all you saw. Make sure you have a gun if you're going to be out here at night. If you value your safety. Y'all have a good night. They say. Then keep it moving. They take a sharp turn into the fog area. We both sigh and look at each other. We are puzzled to no ends. And increase our pace back to the RV. Not that we were scared, but we didn't have any firearms on us. Kentucky is open carry. This seemed like the worst place and worst time not to be armed. Also, we needed to clean the fish or at least put it on ice. This place just got really weird, extra weird, really fast. So that's our tale for the night. Part 3 coming later. Do us a favor, like and share the story. We'll be doing this every night or every other night, possibly every night. Let me stay on the schedule here. Every night, and we'll be bringing you stories of horror because I know people like that kind of thing, and like to take their mind off of the situations that are going on right now. And so again, this is L.A. Kendrick bringing you horror stories for the night. And yeah, check your closet, check under your bed, because you never know what's lurking around. I'm out.